This our show, and we talk about everything, and we talk about everything. Radio Flex, the Brand Zone, introspective insight right now. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. I am King Dev Dope.
And it is your girl, Noelle Moore.
And your most absentee
co-host
is not here.
Absent.
Again. No call, no show.
Yep.
But you know,
how many no call, no shows you get before you fired?
I don't know. In the business world,
like
it's 2.
3. Oh, it's 2.
In the business world, it's 2.
So what should we do? 1.
0.5. All right, so
I'm having an ADD moment.
Yeah.
I feel like we need something in the middle of our table at some point.
You know what? We used to have the little tree thing on the table.
Yeah, like we need.
It's at the house. I'm gonna get it. All right, so the word of the show is Aspersion.
You know what? You gotta practice. You need to practice your words.
And I pick them. That's the bad part. Okay, so aspersion, and I just said it before the show too. Aspersion, which is a damaging or derogatory remark or criticism or slander. And then the quote of the show is, "Only the weak are cruel. Gentleness can only be expected from from the strong." I'm gonna say from nothing but the strong.
Oh, so you're going to make your own.
Yeah, I'm going to make my own quote.
You edited the quote. This is not Wikipedia.
Nah, I edited the quote. Let me.
Gentleness, no, for real, because it takes a lot to be kind.
Yo, when I read that,
everyone. Not even be kind to everyone, but just have an open heart and accept others and let them accept you and love them for who the fuck they are. For
real, it's hard for people. It's almost like you got 4.
Can you stop?
You put a hash. You put a mark on the 5.
Can you not?
I know this is off topic.
Tell the people my business.
Can
you not?
If y'all watching, you just put a mark on the 5.
You're an asshole.
Okay.
Black people never let you grow. They never let you grow.
I'm gonna let you grow. Live your best life.
I'm trying.
Live your best life.
I'm trying.
All right, so the off topic.
I know this is off topic like a motherfucker, so I ain't gonna expound on it. But
automated systems, I hate them. I really, 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 truly despise automated systems. Like, it get to the point where I'd be like, customer service.
Zero.
And the people be like, well, to better assist you, we have to know exactly what it is because our customer service reps are specially trained. I say customer service, and they say transfer you to a customer service representative. Like, come on, that'd be making me mad. And
listen, I hate when they don't understand what the fuck you saying. Oh my god,
that's another one.
all right. They don't understand what you're saying, or the only option they give you is to talk to them. Like, you have to go through so many steps
just to talk to somebody.
Or they say, you can find helpful information on our website at. That's not what I want to do.
If I wanted to go to your website, I would have went to your website, www.gotoyourwebsite.com. Okay. Like, come on.
It is 2000 and what? I am not. Like, listen, websites are alive and well. We do it often. Google shit every day. When I'm calling you about my bill,
trying to get money off my bill,
I need to talk to a human
being.
Do you see this charge? That wasn't there last month. What is this about?
Matter of fact, why are you even charging me this month? I done been loyal.
No, actually, I have to. Why are we talking about calling people? I have to call Frontier. My internet has been extremely slow lately.
I actually just called Frontier. That was one of the automated systems I had to endure today.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna get them because they said like 14 megabytes per second. That ain't nothing.
It's worked for me. I've had it for like a year, but recently it's just been slow.
They still go through the dial-up phone lines. No, not doing it. I think I'm just gonna get Spectrum. I'm gonna get it in here. I'm gonna get it installed on Saturday.
Yes, Spectrum for in here, but I canceled Spectrum because the bill was going up and the quality was going down. If I'm gonna pay for bad quality internet, then I'm gonna pay for Frontier. I'm not paying Time Warner. First of all, Time Warner is the GOAT. Time Warner is the GOAT of internet in this region.
At least here, because they don't got fiber optics. The Google fiber
Spectrum is not.
Well, they own Time Warner.
No, but they got sued by the Attorney General because they slowed the internet down. They didn't have the capacity of Time Warner, but because they fell under Time Warner's umbrella, they got the income.
Time Warner is under Spectrum's umbrella,
right? Because that's what I'm saying. Because they bought the name, people aren't gonna not use the internet. They just thinking, oh, it's Time Warner, it's the fastest internet. No, that shit slowed down. So I'm gonna pay you what you worth, and you worth Frontier price. So I might as well go over there. I'm not. No.
I just can't do it. They told me that speed, and I asked again just to verify that they said that speed.
Sent me,
and I said,
yeah.
Okay, I'll call you guys back, but I'm ready.
In my house, I only have a couple things like this. Yes, this is definitely spectrum worthy, but they're not as fast as they once were.
Because on Sundays when I'm in here recording, I gotta have football on, so I need spectrum. Not the cable box, just the internet, so I can.
So you can watch.
I have my
black men break their bodies down. All right, I'm not gonna go deep. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
we
do
don't
that.
gotta. That's a good. That's a good. We might could get in that this episode, but and
you really want to make me upset. How many times? Why do you? Okay, all right. And I'm supposed to only. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I really, truly, truly hate automated systems. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the world is being roboticized. Is that a word? If it's not,
gonna be
I
a
made
word.
it. It is one now.
It is.
Everything is gonna be. Look at when. So when I was working at the other job, took the kids to McDonald's, and they have like.
They got the robots.
These boxes you order from.
Yeah, because they replacing employees.
Yeah, and that's what I said. So many people are gonna lose their job, but see that push for that $15 an hour. They was like, "Fuck that."
No, they're gonna get it. It's just gonna.
I think they got it. I believe they have it now, but it's not a lot of y'all, so it don't matter. So they getting their money under.
So they broke even again.
Business is horrible. Business is kind of low key evil.
Well, it depends on who's running the business.
McDonald's makes enough money to pay them people
way
more than $15.
Worldwide,
more than $15,
and it's like a high-end 5-star restaurant in other countries.
Yeah, we get
like shit. Italy and.
Yeah, I know.
But that's because their regulations are
different,
better.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually regulating something. Our regulations is just on paper to say, "Oh yeah, we
like listen. Can
you
this shit give the government some money? Oh, we can get the government a lot of money. Get them motherfuckers whatever. Like we just trying to get a check."
Yeah, the government get a lot of money
from.
I ain't even. That's 3 in 7 minutes.
Shut up! That's horrible.
And you know what's funny? Mo used to say China curses a lot.
I do. Like,
and a lot of the times she don't need to curse, and she just curse.
Because
Mo did say that at one point.
Yeah.
And you said it 3 in 7 minutes.
You know why?
7.5 minutes.
My grandma.
Oh, you don't blame it on grandma.
It is.
Don't blame it on grandma.
Yeah, she cursed a lot growing up.
Don't blame it on grandma.
So, yeah. It's okay. I'm growing. Hi, Mo. I'm growing, Mo. You should have told me that, even though I already know. But yeah.
Okay, so and then the other part of the off topic is Billy is in Genny. They done locked Bill Cosby up.
Shout
3 to 12 years in privilege.
3 to
in
12?
prison. I think it's 3 to 12.
10.
3 to 10, 3 to 12, same difference. Minimum, he got to do 3.
Oh.
And he's legally blind.
He'll do the 3, and
they
then
done took his cane already. Well,
Wait, you can't have a cane in jail?
Okay, so basically what they said was, first they transferred him from wherever he was to a maximum security prison in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
They took his cane. They took all his personal stuff because they fear that he's going to hurt himself. But he already fell down the stairs when they took his cane. He's legally blind. He can't see. And then they said within the next
now he can't
few
be rubbing
weeks,
on people's titties.
In the next few weeks.
Now he can't drug nobody and rub on their coochie.
No, not a few weeks. No, that's Donald Trump. The next few weeks.
Get your rapists correct.
Yeah.
We talking about who now?
We're talking
it's
about.
It's a lot of them.
I know, and only one of them is locked up right now.
Yeah, but hey.
No, ain't no but hey. Keep that same energy.
You know, I do have the same energy for everybody, but it is what it is.
I'm talking about the United States of America. Keep that same energy.
Listen, white people don't keep the same energy.
Nah, they white.
They just don't.
Oh, he was just feeling he was a gynecologist. That's what it's called, right? Gynecologist.
On the show?
No, that's what it's called, right? Gynecologist.
Yeah. Was that? I didn't really watch the Cosby.
No, not him. Show. I'm not talking about Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about all the other ones that's still free.
Oh, one is a gynecologist.
No,
and he's
no, they're gonna say.
Oh, he's like, wait, what is happening?
No, they're gonna say he's a gynecologist. That's
oh,
it's okay for him to do examinations.
Yeah. Okay. While they drugged, because he was doing a C-section.
Because that's what Harvey Weinstein
Isn't he on
Donald
trial?
Trump.
Isn't he going to trial?
Not that I know of.
That gymnast was found guilty. So he was white. He got money too.
He was white. How much time he got?
I don't know.
See?
I have
You
no
don't even
idea.
know. Public
I mean,
shaming.
I wouldn't know. Oh, because it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't public. But I feel like correct me if I'm wrong.
I will correct you if you're wrong.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel it may not be overbearing, but some piece of responsibility to the black culture as a whole, as a black man?
Do I feel I have responsibility?
Yes, like you have to carry yourself. Not that you have to carry yourself in a certain way, but
Absolutely.
there's certain things that need to be done because at the end of the day, somebody is not just seeing you; they're seeing black men. When somebody talks to you, they're talking to black men, especially someone who is not of color.
Yeah,
right?
as a whole. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
if I act a certain way, they're gonna categorize everybody.
Exactly.
That's that.
So as a person of color, you have, unfortunately, not a responsibility you asked for, but a responsibility that you was given by God to have. So that means you conduct yourself in a certain way in order for other people that look like you to be able to get to certain spots. So don't rape women and then get upset because you're being publicized.
Allegedly.
You already know that this is the world that you live in.
True.
And if you listen to our show when this first came on and I used to cuss, you would know that it got real during that episode because a rapist is a rapist, but you just happen to rape people in a white world and you're not a white man.
That's a fact.
Period.
But it was an alleged rape.
Listen,
because none of them said that they raped him. They just said that they drugged him. I mean, he drugged them and he was sexually assaulting them.
Stop touching women without their consent.
There we go.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch her.
And then don't sedate me.
No, she wasn't telling me
so
not
that
to
you
touch
can
her.
touch me.
She's just saying like, don't touch me.
Don't sedate me and then touch me. How you sedate me? And I'm like, I'm about to put a little something in the drink.
Well, that's
and I'm gonna fill up on them titties. Like, first of all, what?
You caught yourself.
What?
First of all?
Like, what? What? How do you even plan that? Like, shorty about to come over. I'm about to get this roofie, put that in her drink, and if she's feeling you gonna get some.
The thing that I get, like, what I get from that is how when you have so much status, you are Fat Albert in the Junkyard Gang. You are all these people.
He was Fat Albert?
Yes, that's Bill Cosby's.
I gotta stop talking about the black stuff that I don't know about because y'all gonna fry me on here.
That's Bill Cosby's show, Fat Albert in the Junkyard Gang. He created all that.
Okay, I didn't watch the Cosby Show.
Well,
really?
Well, that was after Fat Albert. He like a lot of the base of his career was on like Fat Albert and the Junkyard Gang and all those that cartoons and stuff.
Okay.
But
so this is why people's crazy over him like that.
No, it wasn't just the Cosby Show. He been around for a minute.
Okay, so the
like
first
Fat
time
Albert is
I
worth
was
a lot
introduced to Fat Albert was when Kenan and Kel played him in that recent remake.
You ain't see him in the show? That's why he was in. I mean, the show. You ain't see him in the movie? That's why he was in the movie.
Oh, I'm sure I don't know.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, okay.
Because he created.
Okay, so that was my not my first introduction. Like I knew about Fat Albert, but I never knew the characters.
Fire,
like I didn't know their storylines and stuff like that until that movie came out.
But yeah, that movie was fire, by the way.
I'm a bad black person because I also didn't see Drumline. So.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh,
did you see it yet?
No.
Nah, then
I've had no desire.
Nope. It's gonna have to be a movie night or something. Drumline.
For Drumline?
Drumline 1, not 2. Not 2. But
I
1.
should watch 2 just so I can come and talk to you.
No, that is horrible. Horrid. Until Dev, the main character.
That's
is
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you love Drumline.
No, everybody say that.
Because you think
it's spelled with an O. There's no relation. Now, if it was an I, then that's different. But it's spelled with an O. It's no relation.
Oh, he's Devon.
Devon, yes.
Okay.
Devon Miles.
Okay.
But it say Devon Miles. But it's Devon Miles. And Sean.
That's why he liked Drumline.
Which was his antagonizer / he was
his
that
rival.
Rival, and then they became friends. until they came on Drumline 2, that's when it got good for the 10 seconds, 10 minutes. I'm not 10 minutes, like a minute or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, the show sucked. I mean, the movie sucked. It's Drumline 1. One band, one sound.
So that's an iconic black movie? No.
Yes. It was in the mecca of it was in Black Hollywood. It was all black cast.
Okay.
It was black dancers, black colleges, so HBCUs, black college
is it
bands.
like one of those movies you have to see, like Boys in the Hood?
Yes, you got to see Drumline. I don't care if you don't like it. You have to see Drumline.
I see you feel away.
Cause man, Drumline, listen.
You ain't really upset.
Cause man, I
chill
gotta let
out.
you know, Drumline is classic. It's a classic.
Okay, so is it like Love and Basketball?
And Love and Basketball.
I did see that. That's one of my favorite movies.
Love and Basketball is fire. Matter of fact, we used to always like that whole, they all came out around the same time too. Like Drumline.
Drumline's that old?
Drumline came out in 2002.
Oh. I was in the second grade. I wasn't watching Drumline.
I was watching Drumline
That's because his name was Devin. And you was in the second grade? Yeah. Yeah, you definitely was.
And I was a
look
drummer.
At me.
I was a drummer too.
Look
like
at me
it was
10 years. Okay, so that's why he acting crazy. All right, you're not. Calm down. No, you're not.
No. All right.
And with what you told me about the improv, you think
oh, see,
it's all coming full circle now.
Full circle now.
Yep. Oh, now we know. Well, my boy not even here.
Nah,
that's crazy.
Nah, he ain't here. Mormon silence for him. All right.
We wasted enough time.
Yeah, we wasted enough time.
Because he don't give a fuck about us.
So, but no, the improv thing gonna be dope once we get that going. So moving on into the topic, some more of the topic besides. Bill Cosby just fell again.
Yo, it's not funny here. He's asking there going, What is that? What is that? Why does he do that? What is that?
Yo, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Nah, he's I don't know. He's animated. I guess that's just thing? From his animation. That was funny.
Okay, because I cried. Like, what? Did he do it real hard?
And he did it mad hard.
And he didn't come from court. Like, he ain't give no fucks.
Nah. Oh, and another thing, he already called, like, made contact with, like, had his call and stuff. And he said he ain't gonna survive in there.
Oh, okay.
Bill Cosby already done let go.
That's nuts.
You cussed again?
Why are you telling the fucking people my business?
Oh! You already She up to 6.
I'm in the negative.
She in the negative. Okay.
Why would you?
I'm just, I just.
First of all, if they want to know what's going on in here, they supposed to be going to our YouTube channel anyway.
Well,
you giving away free.
Backed up with those. Oh,
so you. All right.
Yeah, we backed up. My bad.
That's crazy. Okay, well they'll just have to wait.
It'll be up. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna make sure I edit this one once I do my my essay that I gotta write tonight. But okay, moving forward. Besides Bill Cosby just falling again.
No, that thing is hilarious. What he in there doing?
Whitewashing. So I had a few conversations.
That always pick topics that he knows is gonna make me A, curse, and B, just make me hot.
Like, I had a few conversations this week with some of my colleagues at school. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I work with all white people all day for the most part. It's only one other black man in the building, and it's like 1, 2, 3,
really?
4, 5 black women, and then everybody else is white. So
I'm gonna have to count. I feel like I may be a little blessed at my school.
Well, your school is bigger, and you have more resources. Y'all actually got one of our kids went over to 17 for more resources because y'all
have a
resources
lot of community
and stuff.
partners.
Yes, that too. Matter of fact, we was just talking to one of your social workers over there. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But so I'm talking to him both at different times, and both of the times I ended up referencing the show and telling them like I podcast, and because they added me on. I tell everybody, I don't care. I bring the same energy here that I bring there.
I can't cuss with the kids. I do.
Yeah, so we talking about it, and I think it was like, because, they got me on Facebook and stuff, and they seen I post about the studio, and they end up asking about it. And So we're talking, and I ended up saying like introspective insight. It's the Black Wall Street Minecraft, the Black Wall Street podcast, in which we're trying to rebuild the Black Wall Street mentality. And both people, instantly had like a confused look on their face, like
flabbergasted,
like what? Not even shocked, not even flabbergasted. It was just they were confused when I said Black Wall Street. And so then it was like, what is that? What I was like, what is what? What is Black Wall Street? Like genuinely, they was like, what is Black Wall Street? And then I go into, Black Wall Street 1907, a group of 10 or 11 black investors, businessmen, pulled in their money, and they ended up buying at least 30 blocks of land in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they ended up creating a business district
town.
And they ended up building a whole black town
Fully
within
functional,
Tulsa, Oklahoma,
with flushing toilets,
and
the white people
plumbing
was
system.
mad.
Yep, plumbing
because they toilet
system, bus system, educational system,
hotels,
hospitals, all types of different businesses, religious institutions. I mean, you name it, that's what was in there.
If y'all wanted flushing toilets, why you ain't just hired John?
The KKK was there. That's why. So,
but
and
you
then
just, man, I can help. We can work. I'm just trying to get some money.
Right. So,
like, what's the problem?
Right. Exactly. So, I ended up telling them about it, and I said, 1907 is when it started, and then by 1920 it was burned down and bombed by the KKK and the government. So, obviously now they're educated on Black Wall Street, and I had actually one of them was she got her PhD in psychology. She's our psychologist, so school psychologist. So she got her PhD, blah blah blah, and she's like, well, why isn't this like these types of things should be taught in school? I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's not taught in school because it's the United States have to implicate themselves as a criminal against their own people because they hated their own people, so they got to implicate themselves as criminals in order for this to be.
My thing is, what could possibly happen at this point if you make a statement and say, you know what, my ancestors were savages? What's going to happen?
Nothing.
What's the worst case scenario?
Nothing. These stupid white people. That's about it. But we already say that sometimes. So it's nothing. But it's the image
I don't think it's stupidity. I think they're very strategic in their planning of how they want this world as in America to function. They know that they're shitty, and we know that, and they just looking at us like, yeah, all right then. Like, we know. Cool, but we gonna be over here though, minding our business.
Yeah. I think I wrote something. I gotta look at my write up. I wrote something along the lines of their storytelling is created to skew the perception of life, in which everybody has truly internalized as being the truth.
The entire world.
Yeah, so it's like for example, that's not the only thing I had to educate my white colleagues on.
Yeah.
I had to educate one of my administrators actually last year on the Black Panthers, because she only knew the Black Panthers to be violent and a terrorist group. But I was like, oh no, the Black Panthers started acupuncture. The Black Panthers started Meals on Wheels. The meals for school kids, I forget what it's called, but I'm just gonna call them Meals on Wheels. The WIC program, the Black Panthers started all that, and the government and it just kept on labeling them as tyrants and terrorists and all that stuff.
Didn't they start at a college like tutoring each other to try to get more Black students to come into the school or something like that? They were at a college, like college students. And like their first, I guess, major give back to the community or whatever. Was it tutoring or was it like a blood drive?
I don't know. I would have to look it up. Oh, look here. I can look it up on here. But so I let her know, like, the Black Panthers wasn't a terrorist group. It wasn't a violent group. They were
just
exercising
like
their
we're
second
told
minute.
all this stuff about the people in the like Iraq and Pakistan and Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, about how they're tourists and all they're trying to do is get over here and I don't know, blow us up for reasons that they're just so oblivious to. We have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
We have no idea why they're upset. But I actually, and this takes it back to our quote, with gentleness can only be expected from the strong. So a woman came to stay in Rochester for a while, and she wanted to come and see the work that we were doing in the schools and in the community. And she's from Scotland. Yes. Okay. And we were, I was taking her around the school or whatever. She had already been to the institute, and she was like, I'm kind of confused because the teachers don't match the students. And I was like, what? And she was like, the teachers don't really match the students. Like, she said, I see a lot of Latino students. I see a lot of colored students. And I see white teachers, right? Mm-hmm. So from her end, so I'm like, so she said colored, not kids of color, not brown kids, but she said Latino kids and color. So I said, okay, before we got to move forward. Here, colored is disrespectful. Yeah. To say the least. I said, because there was segregation here. I said, so black and brown people use certain areas and or couldn't occupy certain areas, and they definitely couldn't occupy them at the same time as white people. So she was like, oh my God, like I didn't know like any of this. She was like, back home we don't have this problem. She said, yeah, she said, I do live around a lot of white people. Like she was like, in America it would be considered like a suburb. She was like, but even like within the general population of where she's from, she's like, we don't really have black people, but we have refugees. But we've never had anything like that. Like, we've never had slavery and segregation stuff. So she was like, I didn't think that was offensive. And I said, I didn't think you would think it was offensive. But my first reaction, I cringed. Like, oh, fuck. Like, she, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, whatever. We talked. Somebody said colors. Y'all gonna have to give me that one. Like, y'all gonna have to help me. Shut up. I'm sharing a story. So a white lady said colored.
She's from Scotland.
So what? Doesn't matter. But what I'm saying, but everybody does not have that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That response. Yeah. But because from what she knows of America, she knows about slavery. She knows that slavery existed, but a lot of the things have been whitewashed from, you know, because America markets themselves to other countries to be different. Mm-hmm. So she didn't know necessarily about segregation. She just thought at one point they were slaves and now they're not. And that's that. It is what it is. So I had to have a conversation with her about like America and how that stuff wasn't that long ago. I told her about my great grandmother and how she, when she came to Rochester, she had to stand up in a restaurant and eat her food. Mm-hmm. She's alive. Mm-hmm. I see her like that. I said things weren't that long ago, and she was shocked.
Yep. I mean, going back to my conversations, that was one of the conversations I had. I'm like, because they had this summer, a lot of the administrators had to go to like a leadership summit because the district is pushing this cultural, you know. So
I heard it was really good though.
Yeah, I mean it
was led by black people.
Yeah, all black people, all black speakers. Yeah. Some of which that reside here in Rochester, that work for the district, and some coming out. They had Joy DeGroy. She was there. They had a good lineup, and she was like, well, this is two stories in which I heard, you know, black educators standing up and saying, well, why don't y'all hire more black teachers? Mm-hmm. And she was like, she feel like that comment, along with the implicit bias training that they had, kind of, it wasn't finished. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, one, we do need to hire more teachers because representation is everything. Mm-hmm. And what our kids see, and I tend to ask white people this, when you think about successful black people, where are they successful at? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them be like, sports. Okay, yes. Football or basketball player. Mm-hmm. And what else? Music, rappers, singers. That's the only time that young black kids can see a successful black positive image of themselves.
Because that's
the only thing that's pushed. Because we truly control or create the product, and white people own the product and push the product. White people can't make music like how we make music. Yeah, country suck. I'm sorry for all my white listeners.
Well, I do like some country songs, but
I can't take it.
I would say I like Taylor Swift when she was country. Like, you're the reason for the teardrops on my guitar. The only
all right. I just said it suck. I just said it suck. I don't need to hear it.
It's some country songs. Let me listen. It's some country songs.
No. I'm joking. But
yes,
it's it's truth to jokes too. No, what I'm saying is they can't push country like they push hip hop and R&B. They can't push country like they push blues and jazz, which was created by black people. Rhythm and blues. Blues was created by black people. Jazz was the wave before hip hop hit.
Art
in
is
the
created
80s.
by the indigenous people on this planet, period.
Absolutely. So, but they have to, in order for them to profit off it, they have to control it.
Yeah, because they put themselves in a position to.
Which is why I created Static Vibrations Network, so we can control.
So you have to have your own shit.
Our own what's hot and what's not, our own content, all that stuff. But anyways, that was a little promo. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to white people, when it comes to
who did I get out?
When it comes to the conversations that I had to kind of explain, like, a lot of the things that was showcased in that leadership conference when it said we need to hire more black people, and like with the implicit bias training where they had like Republican, Democrat, white people, black people. They had a whole bunch of different categories, and then you had the first thing that came to mind, you had to write it. I was like, well, even though that leads to implicit biases lead to stereotypes, but the reason why you get the presenter read all the positive stuff for the black people and all the negative stuff or the perceived negative stuff for the white people is because I guarantee you that if you looked on those sheets, you seen far more negative thoughts towards black people than you did towards white people. So, and then by you hearing negative things from on the white people side and positive things on the black people side, that's gonna hit and pinch a nerve because that's not normal.
And if you're somebody that is, if you're really an educator, because an educator is just a student for their entire life, right? So if you're truly an educator and you truly care about just shaping the minds of young people, then that's gonna switch your thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna open you up. I feel like here's the thing: nothing that's said has never been said before. We already know that being uncomfortable gets you success, right? And in every form. And that's not just business. Like, oh, you have to be comfortable. You have to be able to sleep on the floor for 6 months in order to own a business. No, like being uncomfortable is like realizing things about yourself. Like that's the most uncomfortable spot that there is.
Right.
Realizing maybe where you're weak at in your job, realizing where you weak at in building relationships, where you weak at you know what I'm saying? So for you, that should make you uncomfortable, and then that should start to change your thinking because you're an educator and you want to educate these kids in particular.
Right.
So if that didn't pinch a nerve from you, you're not the type of teachers I want at my school.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. I'm like, you got to be uncomfortable. And that comment, literally, it probably skewed the direction or shifted the direction of the implicit bias training, but it started conversations that's still being had today. And on top of that, and as I was going through all the other ones, I'm like, the Democrat and Republican, it was like, for the Republicans, hate black people, racist, blah, blah, blah. And then the Democrats was like, care about the people, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, honestly, with that, I don't identify as with any party. I'm independent. And that's ignorance, really, because if people really did their research, they would know that Republicans really were for black people back in the day.
Black people were Republicans.
And Democrats weren't for black people.
What I want to know is, I always say I'm going to take time and do it. I never do. Is study the history of in between that time. Like what made the switch? Why are we now Democrats? And then why are politics so shady?
Well, the demographics of Democrats and Republicans stayed exactly where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So the Union was blue; they were Democrats. The red were the South, and they were Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know; I can't answer it like for a fact, but people, even back in the day, people thought the Union was for slaves, but the Union were not for slaves and for their freedom.
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to use them. And once they started to overpopulate their communities, they started to enforce and create laws that would keep them in a servant status in society.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that goes into it too. Like, it's a lot of different
Yeah, I need to know.
ideologies behind, people who support black people or whatever. And I tend to, if I have to, write down first thoughts for, politics or anything, it's like, it's legit first thoughts. And so I would put, they don't help us for both. They don't help us.
Shady.
It's a battle of ideologies.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I be a Republican and then you got to go and convince Democrats to do what I want you to do, and vice versa?
It's a battle of I want to make the world a place from my perception, and you want to make the world a place from your perception. Instead of saying, first of all, we can't make the world anything because we did not create it.
That's a fact.
So if you're not the creator, you have no say.
Mm-hmm.
First, you know what I'm saying? Stop being so egotistic and to think that you can run human beings. But instead of figuring out how to be cohesive, and I really don't think it's that hard. At this point, like, money and greed has gotten into it, and we already know that those are like kind of signs of evil, because too much of anything is not a good thing. So now at this point, you battling with greed, which kind of can overcome pretty much anything. Like, greed can overpower business relationship, personal relationship, family, anything. Like, yeah. So a greedy person will kill you and take the shoes off your feet. Right. But if we take greed out of it, it's just people wanting to make the world what they feel is best for them. But everybody's not you. This is not, what was that movie, The Stepford Wives? When they all had the wives, but they was like robots or something, and they all looked the same. It was a white movie. It was scary. If like to live, it was like a suburb, like a cul-de-sac, and all the wives would come out at the same time and get the mail, and the husbands would go to work, and it was like real. It was scary. So this woman moved into this neighborhood with her husband, and come to find out, all the men had roboticized their wives. Again, y'all heard that word. I don't know if it's a real one, but now it is.
It's flowing though.
They had roboticized their wives, so their wives were really robots. So she was all this time like connecting and talking to robots, and she didn't know that they were robots. It was real weird, real crazy. They cooked at the same time. They took their dogs out at the same time. Like, it was very strange. So people want to make the world like that instead of embracing the world's beauty, but then they want to have the world's beauty other places, and then it's like you can pay for it, or it's an exclusive club to get into. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can be someone who produces beautiful art, but it's exclusive because we're at these high-end galleries. Listen, art is human beings, specifically black ones. Why? I don't know. You have to ask the creator about that. That had nothing to do with me.
Because it's beauty and color.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody just
everything that's beautiful is
the canvas
color.
Is white,
mm-hmm.
but what's on it is color.
So you say the canvas is basic?
Basic.
Damn. That's
not all of them is basic though, because
damn
the
is
way
not a cuss word.
The
right?
way that
no,
it depends on how you using it.
I just said it.
Are they building the dam?
First of all, you don't have to go that deep.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to go that deep.
But yeah, I mean, at its like Donald Trump, he basic.
Yeah, he's orange though.
He's a canvas.
Been spray painted.
Yeah, they got his. He got a spray.
So he's like the first layer when you spray paint your background.
Yeah,
or the primer.
That's like, nah, he ain't primer. He gonna mess up your walls. He like when you make a mistake on your canvas and you can't change it.
So you just crumple it up.
Yeah, and then it's like it become wrinkled and stuff.
I'm still trying to figure out. So I have not. I've detached myself from the world of just news in general, which is probably not the best thing, but it is what it is. So since, what do I call him? Since I'm gonna say something nice.
Okay, say something nice. Go ahead.
I'm thinking of it. It's hard to think of something nice about him. This man, I'm just gonna call him a man. That's what he is, right? So this man became the president of the United States. I can't even get it out. Which is an absolute joke, right? So he becomes the president of the United States. I completely detach. Like I don't watch things about him. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know who's in his cabinet, Senate. All I know is it's a bunch of white, out of touch men who apparently touch women without their consent.
And then get awarded the highest position in the world. But that's what it was, awarded. It wasn't earned, it was awarded.
Well, it's the frat boys club.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's what it is.
Dang, 36 likes? My bad. I don't never get that much love.
It's all right. Celebrate your small wins.
Yeah,
Me either.
small wins, right?
Me either. Listen, you have to get a bunch of small wins to get a big one. I do not. Don't suck your teeth.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, like I said, without small wins, you aren't. Ask Donald Trump. Without those small wins, he wouldn't be the president. Yeah, but he had to win all the states first.
Some of the he ain't even win all the states.
Not all, but I'm saying he had to win the states he needed to win one by one. Small wins. But yeah, so he I forgot where I was going with that. But just know
I got
he
36
trash.
likes.
Yeah, because you took me all off my game. 36 likes.
But whatever.
Do you have more than $36?
I do because I got paid today.
Okay, because it's.
But that's
I love the honesty.
That's gonna be gone by midnight. So
because there's people who get 1,000 likes and they don't have $1,000.
Yeah, nah.
And they live off those likes.
Nah, I can barely get 12 on a normal day.
It's all right. It's okay.
I honestly think I got 36 likes from this picture because it's one from Cuba with my Cuban grandma.
Oh, with your grandma. Okay, I saw that.
My Cuban grandma. So.
You have a network though, right?
I have a network
with 3 shows on it.
With 3 shows on it.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't pay attention to likes because I get like
2 coming.
Real checks.
2 is incoming.
From real shit. Exactly. Who cares about that?
Is 2 incoming?
It's a lot of. It's
at least 1 incoming. No.
It's
2
a lot
incoming.
of broke. It's a lot of broke people on the internet.
That's a fact.
So yeah, we know the internet is not real. Okay.
It is not real.
Just like politics, not real. It's just made up things of people who want to push their own weird agenda. You know what politics is? It's like a cult. It's like the 2 biggest cults.
It is a cult.
The 2 big. I need to go live so the people can see because this. I'm conspiracy.
It is a
cult. I am a conspiracy theorist. Okay.
It definitely is a cult.
I am, like.
It's a cult.
Yes. So the Democrats are like they try to be like the hippie cult. You know, like they want like come over here, smoke some weed. Come over here. You can do what you want, live your life and be free, right? But on the low, like they take all your money and tell you that you got to leave your family in order to be like around them and shit like that. And then the Republicans, it's like the school prep border school cult. Like you got to come here and you dress in a shirt and tie, and you make a different like weird dress. Like this is Dr. Such and Such, and he like dropped out of school in the 11th grade. It's a cult.
It's a cult. 2
cults, and they want us, and then we voting to be a part of their cult, but we don't never get nothing from the cult. We never get nothing. So you know how these people go into these cults and they give up their whole life and they give up everything. They're like, oh yeah, we just eat when they say to eat, and we go out when they say we can go out, and we work on their house for them because that's what they said, and like they have a mansion and we live in shacks. Like, okay, so I'm kind of low key obsessed with cults, and I watch like cult documentaries. So now so. You heard it here first on Inside Fridays that the Democrats and the Republicans are like America's 2 rival cults.
They are.
And they fight every 4 years.
Every 4 years to get their cult leader.
To get their
To get their cult leader.
To get their leader in action. Like I am not about to play with them.
They rally to get the right cult leader to run to be the leader of all leaders.
And then like the major like cult followers are the ones that go to like the rallies and stuff. Like they're like the top notch.
No wonder why I never went to one of those.
That's how I feel. You know, I was kind of okay. So I'm gonna have a reflection moment because when you're an American and you go places, like sometimes you're just dumb. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. It's the education that they gave us. I was kind of taken aback by how much they love Fidel Castro. And I was like, how could they? Like, what? He was a this and he was a that. And I can't even, they get Wi-Fi an hour. Like, but we do the same. Like, but we do the same thing. People love George Washington. People love the forefathers.
Yo,
people love Kennedy. People love the Clintons. Like, people love these people. We do the same.
No, why don't?
It's black people watching this right now that still wish Hillary won.
I mean, sure.
I mean, but here's my thing. I was gonna say, it could have been better, but I'm also. Let me not say that.
I don't know.
It just hasn't affected me. Let me say that.
It never affects you though.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's some people who it is affecting, and I feel horrible for those people.
Only people
fortunate enough
is people that
immigrants.
Yeah.
That's horrible though.
And people that don't want the healthcare. These bill collectors need to stop calling me.
Healthcare. Me. Okay, can I say something? Y'all gonna listen. I'm just gonna be real. It's nothing. I can't do nothing but be real and be honest with y'all. So when Obamacare, you know where I'm going with this insurance conversation.
Yep.
So with Obamacare came out, and all these people were like, I can't believe this. I gotta pay for this. Right? So I'm like, at this point, I'm like in college still. So Obamacare like worked for me. I was technically poor, and they gave me health insurance. I'm like, these people just hating. I can't believe it. Why they so mad, right? But then I came up in life, and I needed health insurance, and I was like, okay, I'm just about to go and do what I've been doing, and get me some. I wanted to put mine over there on the thing, but how you know it's not gonna work? Did you just sit back and pose after you? You doing dark skinned nigga shit. I'm labeling you. I need a car. I need a light skinned nigga one, dark skinned nigga one. I can wave every time y'all doing something. Cause I can't believe you post like that after telling me like, nah, it's a dub. Anyway, where I was at? Okay, so I came up in life, and I was like, okay, whatever. I've been getting this insurance. You know, first it was free, then it was cheapy. It always worked. Y'all. I'm not feeling Obamacare, okay? I'm not feeling Obamacare. Because I would have to spend a lot of money. Fortunately enough, I can go back and get on my parents' insurance because I'm not 26. I got some time. I'll have some nice time.
I don't know why you was trying to get on your own anyway.
But because I was oblivious to what. You knew this. Your mom works in insurance. So it's not like you weren't.
And I know that I ain't think about no insurance until I turned 25 and a half.
So, but I had already been on my own, and it was free.
Exactly.
It was free. That's what I'm saying. Because of Obamacare. And then I had my parents. So you can have more than one insurance. So I would use the Obamacare insurance to pay for my copays for my parents' insurance. Because you can do that, right?
Yeah,
so
I
was
know,
like,
I got too.
Obamacare is the shit. Like, what? What they mad about? They ain't even charging me for this, and I got a job. Like, what? They let me have a job. Y'all, I had a job, but I was broke still. Like, this is working 3 jobs, Noel. This is like eating ramen noodles, Noel. Like, what? So now, you know, I've graduated a level, and Obamacare is just not the best option for me. Obamacare is not working for me. So now I'm like, oh, dang. I get what those rednecks was talking about. This insurance is high as hell. This is crazy. So you have to be able to, and then people don't want to fault their cult leader. I love Obama. I love Obama. He was like the best cult leader we ever had.
The best? Yeah. No, I mean,
he was the best cult leader we ever had. And
he
was the first black cult leader we ever had. Somebody is gonna murder me. They're gonna murder me for this.
That's the name of the show, Cult Leader.
But I love him, and I'm just saying, when you think about the structure of politics, it's kind of cultish.
It's a cult. No, it ain't no kinda. It is cultish.
Yes,
it is a cult.
They gonna kill me for saying it. I love old Bizzle.
Oh, I thought you were about to say I love Oprah.
No, I do. I love Oprah. So I love old Bizzle, but listen, it's culty-ishy. And that Obamacare is not helping you out. The more, you know, when they say more money, more problems. I thought they was talking like because they was from the hood And it was like, now that I got money, everybody trying to come after me because I used to be out here in these streets. Like, no, they meant you pay mad taxes and your insurance is mad high.
Yo, I cannot for the life of me bring home a check more than $1,200. For the life of me.
Like what? Like what else do I gotta do? What else do I gotta do? What else do I gotta do? What else do I gotta do?
Give you more time?
I can't do that.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
I gotta spend time on my own shit.
On my own. Like I spend enough time on my own. Like I'm getting to the point where I need to start getting compensated. I mean, I'm getting compensated, but I need to get overly compensated.
Yeah. I mean, but as long as you put the hours in, you'll be good.
Oh yeah, the hours ain't nothing.
As long as you, I'm saying on our own.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Hours ain't nothing. I ain't putting in no extra hours. I stopped that once I left Home Depot. I stopped putting in extra hours.
Yeah. That's why
they don't compensate you for what you want when you putting in all these hours for these companies.
I was talking to somebody and I was telling them how grateful I am to be in a position to not have to work multiple jobs, because the fact that I am giving the white man all of my energy, and that sucks my creativity out because I'm exhausted at this point. And then if I am working, if I get the chance to have time to work on a project, I'm not. It's not to its full potential, because I'm giving my energy to somebody who already has millions.
That's a fact.
And I'm broke.
Billions.
I'm broke. Like
millions, billions.
Like Amazon, but I ain't even gonna talk about Amazon because I love Amazon.
Nah, Amazon.
I love Amazon, but he's a billionaire man, and he's a white one. And
well, I would say this. I would say Amazon different. That's all I'm gonna say, because I use Amazon.
Amazon is like the Google of things.
Nah,
you know how you can Google things, like you can Google anything under the sun, right?
Amazon.
You can Amazon anything in the world.
Amazon anything, and then
you can Amazon anything.
And then what Amazon do? Well, all of them do it, but what Amazon do, because we talking about Amazon, is you'll Google something.
Shout out to Amazon.
You'll Google something, and then Amazon, the little like the cash will pop up when you Google, like rolling down like Facebook or something.
I'm like, oh, you was searching this.
You was searching. Amazon got it.
They got it. You know what we should do?
Yeah.
Try to search the most outlandish things on Amazon. See if they got it.
Oh, they got it. They got it.
I love Amazon.
Matter of fact, I'm about to order something off of Amazon soon.
I was looking today. I'm changing my whole. Well, I told you, sorry, I'm changing my whole house. So right now I'm buying things for my kitchen, and I was on there like, ooh, I didn't even know I needed that. You right, Amazon, I do. Then they got the thing at the bottom. They like, people usually buy this, and this together, and the price is this, and I was like, that's it with the Prime. Then they came out with Prime.
Yeah.
They came out with Prime.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. So moving forward, because we almost done. Because that was a good.
Oh, we didn't.
Live got you.
Oh, okay. Get me together. I'm ready.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when people start businesses and treat it like a hobby.
Don't you hate when your friends be talking about you?
Because what that does is when you try to collab, because we talking about, this is a Black Wall Street podcast. So when we try to collab and do things together and make sure that we help each other. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Unless you are a man, and never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
Please don't start.
I scratch my back, you scratch my back. The Chinese do it. I was about to say the Asians do it. The Asians do it. The Arabs do it. The
Mexicans do it.
The Mexicans do it. The white people do it.
You know what that take me back to?
What?
Dubai.
The Dubaians do it.
And how Dubai had pretty much was a poorer country in the 80s. They had their first skyscraper in 79. And see how from 79 to now how they built up Dubai and built up the economy. And Akon was saying about that, saying that we can do that in Africa.
Yo. Yeah.
That has been heavy on my mind. That's
another one. But what I'm saying is everybody do it except us, African Americans. Now, again, in my conversations earlier this week, I'm about to say this week, I did say that African Americans is different than Africans elsewhere.
Yeah, but right now the Africans don't have the resources.
Yeah. But I'm just saying in general, African Americans is different than all the other Africans in the world, mainly because the American culture has engulfed them and they made them want to. They can't think for themselves, and they're very, very.
We're
very,
crab in a
very,
barrel.
Yeah, crab in a barrel. Yes, exactly. And then they're very protective over nothing, literally
Over
nothing.
nothing.
So
like scared to put your product out there because somebody gonna steal it. They can't do it as big as you.
They have that whole you know, I'm black, you black, I should pay you less mentality, like complex. Like, bruh,
I
if you
promise
gonna
you're
go
not getting
and buy
nothing.
this same thing from a white person or an Arab person or an Asian person, and you gonna pay the same price and I'm charging you, but you want me to give you less
Pay
because
me what I weigh.
you black, I'm black? Like, come on, bruh. Sis. Let's make this. I hate
you had to pull
when people
you had to pull them in.
Yeah, I had to pull everybody in because
I'm
it's
sorry,
it touches a nerve when people treat their businesses, the things that they do as a hobby. When I have the mindset of let's work together and let's make this money. Let's make this money.
He talking about me, y'all.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about everybody. So if you fit, if the shoe wear it, I mean,
if the shoe fits. If the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits, wear it.
But you know, I don't want to get all weird on the people.
Weird like what?
So, you know, there's like new moons and moon cycles and all of that, right?
It's been a full moon twice.
Well, the full moon that just recently passed was for like renewing and like going headstrong and head into your projects and like not treating your business like a hobby. That type of like intention and drive. But you know, I'm gonna make a confession here on Insight Confessions, the first Insight Confession. I was treating my business like a hobby.
Well, cut that out. Cut that.
It has since been cut. About 3 weeks now. I've been on my grind. I've been a little missing.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with treating your business as a hobby. Hobbies are made to just kill time. And the way I move, especially if you're going to do business with me, i.e., you know, start a podcast, hit up S Vibration Network on Instagram or just hit my DM. If you're going to start business with me, just like I said on the radio on Monday, make sure that you come ready to work because I'm coming ready to work.
Correct.
Because if you come halfway, if you want to start a podcast and I'm giving you my energy and I'm giving you my time and I have this set amount of time or this set hold on, I'm gonna go live on Instagram too. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
How you gonna pause how you gonna? All right. Well,
in the
middle.
Let
me tell you about me. While
I'm right here.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I was gonna tell them what not to do.
Oh, yeah, we live now. We live. Hold on. So
we live, baby.
Again, this is what I'm saying because right now for my Instagram people, I'm talking about people who start businesses and they treat them as a hobby.
Just rub it in.
When I say that I am touched by the most annoying angel, when people decide to start a business and treat it as a hobby, I am really touched by the most annoying angel. And what that means is if you're gonna start a business with me, or not start a business with me, if you're gonna do business with me, now I produce podcasts and I help you. I mean, you know, because I did From Bitter to Better. And I'm gonna give you my insight.
Listen to that on SoundCloud, y'all.
On SoundCloud. I will help you produce it. I will help you, build your content. I will help you push your show. I do visuals. I do the audio. I do everything. So if I'm gonna help you do this, now this is an example because I can use it for anything. But if I'm gonna help you do this, the least you can do is present yourself as a professional and make sure that you show up in the allotted times that I give you. So if I schedule you to be here at 12 a.m. on every Friday night, which is really technically Saturday, then I expect you to be there. I don't expect you to come in and no call, no show. I don't expect you to hit me and be like, yo, an hour before the show and be like, yo, yeah, this week not gonna work, or I'm not expecting you to do none of that stuff because at the end of the day, you paying me, so I'm gonna make sure that everything that I do is legit, all the way down to my contracts.
And if you wanted to do it like every now and then, you can set this stuff up at home because again, you can buy anything on Amazon.
Right. Yeah, Amazon.
So you can buy you
Shout
a
out to
camera and you can set it up in your living room and a mic. It doesn't cost that much.
Exactly. So, yeah. So when we talking about people use their businesses as hobbies or they treat their businesses as a hobby, what it means is hobbies are typically things that we do to kill time. And people start a business just to say, hey, I started a business. So when you're starting a business or when you're using things to start a business, or when you start a business just to say, hey, I started a business, what are you doing?
Trying to hide what I want
Oh.
to write.
When you say that, it literally creates a domino effect to all the people that wants to either work with you or have the same mindset coming into whatever business that you
This is just for me.
that you are like building. So we think about sports.
Mm-hmm.
Let's use a sports analogy real quick. If you play basketball and you truly want to play basketball, you're going to surround yourself with people who want to truly play basketball. And it takes that one person that really want to play basketball. I mean, that really don't want to play basketball, but they're just doing it to kill time, to kill the flow of everything. So,
or they may have the potential and they know that they're good at it, but they don't believe in themselves enough.
Or
they're lazy. Or
I was about to say they lazy. They don't have the time management. They don't have the dedication. They don't have the drive because everybody can't be entrepreneurs. Everybody can't own a business. They can work within a business. They can partner within the business under somebody, under the direction of somebody, but they cannot be a business owner. Now, that's something I've learned over time because you have to have specific
qualities
to be an entrepreneur, to be a business owner, to be somebody to delegate, to create. Because you really, honestly, to be a business owner, you have to really think on your toes and you have to create every second of the day. Like, I've literally woken up from my sleep at 3. Oh, I hope I didn't click nothing off. Yeah, I've literally woken up out of my sleep at 3 a.m. and wrote something down that I thought of in my sleep.
I ran out the shower. The shower is the best place to think, right?
Yo.
But you know my memory sucks. Running out the shower, like about to slip on my hardwood floors to write something down, or recently in the middle of meditation, even though meditation is supposed to be like, you getting everything. No, something. All right, I gotta write this down. I'm sorry, I'm breaking my meditation self, but this is important.
Right. Nah, for real. And that's really what it comes down to. So when I'm doing my business and I run into people that, a podcast, honestly, that's a business. Like, because that can end up bringing you in money. And then you start to, hire people or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're hiring me to do something. And I am offering you a service to do what you're hiring me to do. I don't work for you, but you're hiring me to give you a service that I have. So if you're gonna pay me to do something, then I expect you to bring the same energy that I'm giving you. When I talk about, when I am doing the podcast and everything, producing podcasts, before any payment or anything, because I have receipts, but before any payments or anything like that, I come with a contract that lays out everything, late fees, all that stuff.
People don't like when they hear contract. Like I've learned that.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, like, if you not sign this contract, I can't do business with you because this is covering you and it's covering me. So if I don't live up to the things that I'm promising you, you can go to court or whatever and say, this is what he promised me, I'm not getting that. Or vice versa. If I am not living up to something that I've promised to you, I mean, if you are not living up to something that you've promised me by signing a contract, I can terminate your contract and I don't have to do anything with you. See what I'm saying? So, honestly.
So, okay.
No, go
ahead.
But
we can't, okay, let's not ride the people because I'm one of the people. Let me not say I'm one of the people. I used to be one of these people.
We used to be.
We have to let them know how to flourish because we can't just get down on the people and not let the people know
I just had
how to flourish.
I had that. So, I've been sitting on that.
You've been on it. You. This is personal for him, y'all, because he getting hot.
Yeah, because I'm a business owner and I'm running into too many people that view that as a hobby, and this ain't no hobby.
And for me,
this ain't no hobby.
For me, what I feel like discouraged me in the beginning was the people that come to you and hit you in your DM and they be like, oh, I would like to purchase this or I would like to purchase, and then they go, and then I take my time out to do some research and, let you know, well, this is how I operate. I need a deposit, I have a contract, and then they go ghost. Like that was, for me, was getting me. And I'm like, should I even continue like putting any energy into even putting into work to market this shit in order for people to continue to hit me in my DM and not purchase. But then I had to realize, guess what? Those people are not my target audience. So I feel like to get you, first and foremost, you have to have confidence. You have to not give a fuck. I know I'm lost my cousin, but it's serious right here. You know, I know I'm getting in. I'm at -5, whatever. You have to really, 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 really not give a fuck about how people feel about the product that you're putting out of there. You can't care about what people think. You can't care about if people don't get it. You can't care about if your friends and your family aren't gonna buy it, because guess what? They're not your target audience. They're your friends and your family. You have to trust the process, and you have to be able to fail. You have to be able to create something to be like, that's hideous. You know what I should have did? I should have did that. You know what I should have. Oh, dang, I should have bought. You know, like, you have to be able to say, if I fail, I'm still going to be good, because it's going to be a lesson.
That's a fact.
You have to have, and you also have to have a little level of maturity.
That's a fact.
Patience. Like.
And you got to have thick skin, yo.
Yes. Yes.
Because there's going to be things that's going to knock you down, but you got to get back up and say, I'm on it.
You have to be resilient.
Because, yo, you're going to run into people that's going to piss you off.
Yeah.
And you have to just get up and keep on going. You have
and people that's gonna treat your craft like it's a hobby.
Yeah.
You're, like you can't treat it like a hobby, and also other people will try to treat your
I'm writing up a contract. I'm drafting you up a contract, and this a hobby. Nah, bro.
The people act that way. Just like people go missing, they come back in a week like, well, can I still get it? You was gone. Nah. I haven't seen you. Like, I've been tossed your project away.
That's a fact.
Was done.
Like, this Sunday gonna be interesting.
Yeah, like yeah. So,
but it's no hard feelings.
But confident. I feel like any entrepreneur any entrepreneur you see on social, they have a certain type of confidence with them. And if you want to be a business owner and you don't have that confidence, guess what? You can build anything. You can build anything. So if you need to build confidence, if you need to build resilience in order to be a business owner, then those are things that you have to work on. And while you're working on those, study your craft, practice your craft, hone your craft, and when you bust out the bando, you're gonna be what it is.
Trapping out the house with the boys on the windows.
No, for real.
But
get a nice bag and it's yours. It's nothing like saying that it's yours.
Yes.
And you get 100% of the profit. You get 100% of the profit. I did that. Like, that's me right there. Like, anytime somebody ever can say anything about that, like, oh yeah, I got that from.
That's a fact.
Her Instagram is like, yeah, that's you. That's pride. That's pride.
What I will say is, it ain't no hard feelings.
No,
like it ain't no hard feelings.
It's just business.
It's just business. Like, that's why you have to have thick skin. Like, yeah, it's annoying, and I will literally talk about you on my show. I don't care. It ain't no censoring. No, I don't care. But what I will say is, I'm on my Black Wall Street wave. I'm rebuilding Black Wall Street. That's what we do. That's what we promote here on the show with the brand.
Insight on Insight Fridays.
So what I will say is, get out of that mindset of, if they black and they look like me, I can play them less.
Yeah, I can get a discount. The black discount. It's like it's Black Friday every time they buying from you.
For real? It's Black Monday, Black Tuesday,
I'm
Black
good.
Wednesday.
I'm good, love.
It's Black Friday 24/7. Like, bruh.
And then you have to explain. You find yourself explaining your whole process to black people.
I don't explain nothing. That's the thing. Like,
but that's what they want to know. Like, they want to know, like, your whole, like, do you do that when you go to Ashley Furniture?
Nah, they just pay.
Oh,
that's the thing. They just pay. Like, they literally, that's $1,500 for just the chase? All right.
Bet.
I got you. Put it on that card. Put it on my tab.
Put it on my tab.
For real. But that's just something that as a black community, we got to get over. Because we say that we want to support each other, but we end up not supporting
Then we
each
look
other.
at prices like, oh, she high.
But it's both sides, though, because we have to understand that just because we're black and we have a black-owned business, we can overcharge. No. Same thing with, if you truly feel the quality of your product or service is that much, then cool. But
if you're a smart business owner, you're gonna start low and go up anyway.
Let's be realistic. Like, let's get a few. Now, if you got 3 or 4 stores and you want to raise price, all right, bet, because you got 3 or 4 rents.
But you gotta do it like Wegmans, like raise it 50 cents at a time.
That's a fact.
And people would never even notice.
And I used to work at Wegmans, and when I tell you those,
Listen,
the
back
hot
in the
meals,
day when it was 5 or 6,
the
what was
hot
they?
meals
5?
so the $6 meals, well, they
$6
always been
meals.
$6 meals,
$6
but like the hot
meals.
bar and stuff, when it was by weight, and it used to be like $7.50 a pound. Now it's like $9 a pound, and we knew, like, as Wegmans employees, we knew that it was going up every year. Like in certain locations, like new locations, it would be higher than other locations.
Yeah, actually, I just found out that the cheapest Wegmans is Chai Lai. So now I have to drive to Chai Lai, and apparently East Ave is kind of high. But now that I think about it, it's East Ave. But that's the closest. That's what's in my neighborhood. So.
Yeah, that's in your neighborhood. But
I was gonna say what you mean, but that's crazy. You're not even my neighbor.
yeah, it's over for that.
That's wild.
I'm back
sorry.
towards Lyle.
I'm sorry
Wegmans.
for the white people.
Yeah, that the racist white people that we ran into.
Yeah.
Regardless of it, they was racist, and I'm about to call their lawyer tomorrow, actually, because I still ain't get my security deposit back.
Oh, they taking a while.
So,
they want to go back. I hope they don't want to go back. The lawyer that came to the house.
Yes, but he cool though, so I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, can you talk to your clients because I need my security deposit back? They're not about to come up $1,200.
Run me my check.
Run me my check, and I will take y'all to court.
Run me my check.
Because y'all can't say it was damages because y'all moved somebody in the house before we was even moved out of it.
Huh?
Yeah. Somebody else signed the lease before we was even out the house. So they signed the lease before we was out the house, anticipating that we gonna be out by the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Did you
had
see these people
knocking on our door. They had people knocking on our door on the 30th, trying to get into the house.
Oh, so they just shady.
So,
well, we already knew they were shady, but I'm telling y'all they on drugs.
Either way,
That's nice.
I need my money.
Run
my
that.
$1,200.
Run it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I need my $1,200. So, moral of the story for that, y'all.
Just get your bag. Just get in your bag.
Let
we talking about
somebody,
racist people still.
Nah, I'm just saying anybody.
Oh.
Never ever let somebody mess up your money, your coin. Like don't let it do that.
No.
Fight for your money. Fight for the right to fight for your money. Period.
No, that's one thing you can't play with.
Like, and that goes back to treating your business as a hobby. If you really want to make this coin, you cannot treat it like a hobby.
Just look yourself in the mirror and be like, "You want a bag?" I'm confused because you might not. Let me know what we on. What type of time? You want a bag? You want a bag?
And if you're treating it like a hobby, then just cut it.
And then let it be a hobby.
Don't
let it be a hobby.
Yeah, don't say you have a business. Say you like to take pictures.
Yeah.
Say you like to.
You like to talk every now and then on the mic.
Now and then on the mic. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Say you like to create, but don't.
You like to paint.
Yeah, you like to paint, or you like to create graphic designs from time to time, but don't
time to time.
sit here and say I will make.
I
you
am.
Your, yeah,
I am a.
Yeah, I am an entrepreneur because I have a skill that I might use sometimes. No, it's either you an entrepreneur, you have a business, and you use it. You use your skills in order to create some type of revenue, or you have a hobby that you just sometimes make money off of from time to time.
Don't treat your business like a hobby, and don't treat mine like
and don't treat other people's business like a hobby because I will kick you to the curb so quick.
I just won't.
You won't know
what
hit you.
You have to deal a little more with the people than I do. But I just won't have to.
But I have a strong show base so far.
Mm-hmm.
I just, got rid of one, but I got a strong show base so far. So I'm gonna be good.
Either way,
I'm gonna be good.
You have to set yourself up.
Like one of my shows is gonna be like I'm looking forward to continue to produce the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be crazy. That's
yellow?
the one. Yeah, the Yellow Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a good show. And it's also going to be a great way to build the network and the brand and the shows. This show, his show, building up like the business coming through here. Like it's going to be dope. And I need that type of energy. Like keep that same energy. The energy I'm giving you, keep that same energy.
Please.
And if you can't, let me know so I know where to meet you at. Because if we got to, finagle the the price of the services, and we might could do that, depending on where you at,
how serious you
and
are,
how serious you are. But come correct and come honest that first meeting, that initial meeting. That's why I'm meeting with you initially. Let's talk about what you want to do and what you foresee. Like, I got the whole everything. I got it down. So now let's be real about this, because if I dedicate my time to this, I'm gonna make sure that I put. And it's crazy. I make sure that your show is produced, mixed down, and edited, and ready to release before my show, because you pay me for this. So this show right here, I am behind probably three shows with the visuals.
That's wild, y'all. He ain't here telling y'all what to do.
3 shows with the visuals, but I got my people that's paying for me. They shows are ready to be released. Like, I'm that type of business. I'm on that type of time. Like, I'm not putting mine before yours. I'm putting yours before mine. I'm still doing mine. Like, the audio is
because I'm
gonna be out every
providing you a
Monday,
service,
but I'm providing
and it
you a
needs to be
service.
excellent.
And I'm only working with one computer right now, so I'm going to make sure that the time that I have with this computer is dedicated to your business, your show, everything, your energy. So, like, just show me that same courtesy.
Just be willing to work.
And
People
let's
just
work.
lazy.
And let's work. Like,
be willing to work, and please be willing to pay.
yeah, be willing to work and be willing to pay.
Be willing to pay.
Like, Yellow, we've been texting. We was texting today, and we was talking about the promo that we were supposed to do today. And he like, yo, I got some. I want you to do some other stuff, because I've been like brainstorming. I'm like, bruh, let's work. Like, if it's that energy, like, to where whatever you brainstorming and you see that I fit somewhere in there, let's work. This ain't no. I don't. The way I am, because again, I'm rebuilding Black Wall Street, and in Black Wall Street, it was no. I provide you with this, you pay me. That's it. Nah, it was, how can I help you help me? When the house got burned down in Black Wall Street, guess what they did? Moved them into another house, and the whole community pitched in to rebuild that house, to remove them back into that house. I got that same energy. And if I didn't have that same energy, I would be a hypocrite.
One thing I learned when we went to DC, like, one thing that really, really stuck with me was sometimes people supporting you in your business is not always financial. And if you meet up with another business owner and you have a similar vision, you might be doing 2 different things. I can help you with this, and you can help me with it with something else, and that's also an exchange. I think we forget about, like, the, what was it called before we had money borrow? What was it? The exchange. What was that called? When people would exchange, like, I have corn, you have coal, and
just trading.
Trade. That's what I'm looking for. Trade is a form of money when you're an entrepreneur.
Yes, right.
Trade.
Give me something, and I give you something at this base price.
Yeah.
Let's work together.
Absolutely.
And
that's what we need. That's what we have to continue to push. Like, yo, sometimes it's not always financial, but can you come over here and help me seeing this shit? And then when you done, you got to fit and I got you.
Exactly. Same thing. Like, yo, like, we all in the studio together. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do this, but we in all this in the studio together, and you see that I don't got a trash bin, go to the dollar store, get me a trash bin.
Because you occupy this space.
We all gonna use it, and I'm already giving you what you need, and I'm giving you more than what you need, because I can honestly be like, yo, you come here, you only have two minutes.
It was the barter system. Mama came through. Because I'm like, what's the word? So yes, the barter system is like financial gold when you're out here on your own. Like, yo, you can help me mix up these cupcakes, and then I help you paint something.
For real.
Bet, of course.
For real. And that's the only way that we're going to rebuild Black Wall Street, because Black Wall Street
was that.
That's
what it was.
It was.
Because they didn't have money. Like, they had money, but not everybody had money. So if you was a plumber, but I'm saying they had money. To start shut up. To start, first of all, everybody wasn't like super duper rich. These wasn't super duper rich millionaire black people. So what I'm saying was, when a man had enough money to build a hotel, and he knew a plumber, and that plumber, he said, yo, come in and build all this, and then you gonna have enough money, you gonna buy you a house, like, and I got
you on a room when you need it.
You can stay here while you build my, what is it called? Flushing system? Plumbing system. Yeah. And then eventually you'll have enough money of your own to build your own home.
Exactly.
Your own plumbing. And then I'm going to let everybody know that you the plumber around here.
You are the plumber.
You was it.
And then what he does is he get his apprentices and he build them up and he helped them start their own plumbing business.
That crab
in
a barrel is not. And everybody, and I feel like I'm so tired of black people always trying to come together every time it's some sort of tragedy in our community. Like, come together on a consistent basis.
It's a American trait. that crab in a barrel. That's an American trait. And we
got
to get away from that. Because when we tried to get away from that, they bombed us and burnt down our only
they can't do that now,
blueprint. But they can't do that now.
No.
They actually have a Tesla, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street fund to where they're trying to take back that land that they took from us back in the day.
We Buy
Jay
Black.
Morrison,
We
shout
Buy
out to Jay
Black
Morrison.
is a like Black Wall Street online. We Buy Black. You go on that website and it's anything you can think of that is Black owned. So that's another nice little outlet. And if you have a business and it is Black owned, you can submit your business to We Buy Black, and it's just a network of people who want to buy products from people that look like them.
Yeah, and I got another idea, but I ain't gonna air that out on air. I'm not doing
We kind of went wild. We just talking and had just 50,000.
But yeah, so
let's not.
The moral of the story is if you Black, you buy Black. Go to WeBuyBlack.com and
buy Black.
And buy Black. They have all that stuff. And then also, if you have a business and you treat it like a hobby,
do better.
Do better. And also, let's give into the barter system. Barter system, right?
Yes, the barter system.
Let's give into the barter system. That's gonna be the word of the show next week.
Barter.
But the barter system, because we have to support each other in order to get past the mindset that we have now, that we've been stuck in, stagnant in for the last since 1920.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say that when Black Wall Street was burnt down.
Yeah, I know Crackhead Joe. He can come over and help you with some stuff.
That's a fact.
Eventually, he'll just get off of whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can help him have a job and be sustainable.
Exactly.
You never know. You just never know.
Exactly. So, with that being said, I don't know.
What you done did?
I ain't do nothing. I was.
Because I was gonna get mad.
No, I burped. I didn't want to burp in.
Okay. Don't, because Shannon always burping and coughing in her.
No, he do. He been.
I'm like, dang, why you doing?
He ain't
like
here
that?
for everybody that don't know. He not here.
He's never here.
We ain't even hear from him, so we gonna have to check.
Don't treat your business like a hobby.
Because it is a hobby. But I don't even know what's gonna happen once the winter hit. He still got that same car. He probably ain't get no tires. You know how he used to do.
Listen, the studio down the street from me. I love where I live, so I'm okay.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna get here.
With that being said, appreciate y'all. Don't treat your business like a hobby. Don't treat other people's business like a hobby. And make sure that y'all equally spreading the wealth, because we need the Black dollar to circulate in the Black community for more than a minute. So, let's help each other. Huh?
We have a question.
What's the question?
How do you deal with consumerism and materialism? Your market.
Well, materialism is pushed on us via the media.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really no way to deal with that unless we control our media. So if we control,
but if you're an entrepreneur and you're worried about somebody not buying into you because it's not like let's say you have a fashion line, right? And they're not buying into you because you're not a Gucci or you're not a Nike, or you know what I'm saying, or you're not a Coogee. Guess what? Then that's not your target audience.
Well, see, the thing. Look at Kanye for a second. When we talking about he's worked with Gucci and Fendi and Louis and all them people, like met with him and brainstormed with him, and his clothes are the most basic piece of fabrics that you can find with holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why the Louis, the Fendis, the Gucci's, and all that stuff have clout is because it's been built over time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just starting a fashion business or whatever the case, you can't compare your clothes to that of Fendi, Gucci, Ferragamo, all that stuff, because you don't have the power, you don't have the resources, you don't have the fabrics, you don't have the buying power to get the things that they get.
Fashion is very exclusive.
And fashion is exclusive, but it's also subjective in the way that you express yourself. It's expressive.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you expressing yourself in a way in which somebody can catch on, even if it's just 10 people, because I guarantee you, for those 10 people that catch on, they start wearing your stuff and they start swagging out. Think about it as Doc Martens. When Doc Martens came out, and they're unisex, right? It's boys and girls. A man somewhere was like, yo, that's gay to wear that. Until a man somewhere started wearing them and they swagged them out, and it was like, oh, them is fire.
Yeah, just like how Champion was in Walmart 5 years ago.
That's a fact. And Shaq is in Walmart. And I used to.
And
I used to
now all
swag
of a sudden,
I used to
Champion
swag
is mad
out
expensive.
Shaqs. I used to wear Shaq.
We know. I'm not spending it, which I'm not either.
I used to swag
I can't
out
say it. Yeah.
Shaqs though. Like Shaqs, I wore Shaqs and nobody could tell me nothing. Like actually, I went through.
I just bought some corduroy boots, put them together.
Corduroy
boots. Some corduroy booty. Right, exactly. You
Booty.
see? Corduroy boots. Oh my God, you're so annoying. When I tell you.
I just bought some corduroy booty.
No, so corduroy copper boots.
But
they were
materialism and consumerism. Just don't even mind that stuff. You mind what your so if you have 5 customers and they say I like this as opposed to this, start making more of this because they're gonna start to wear it more and they're gonna start to swag it in their own respect. So you want to tend to what your customers like
and who you want to buy your product. Like you have to have a vision of who do I want.
Well, yeah, but also we can't
buy this.
So it's hard to kind of tailor whatever you're doing to a specific audience
in the beginning,
when you first start off.
But in the beginning, you have to have I
would say
people like
it's easier for an age group.
People like images, right?
Yes.
People like to feel like they're connected to a product. People like to feel like this product represents my morals, my values, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So when you're trying to sell a product, it has to have a certain type of feeling for a certain group of people. If you know what I'm saying, because that's your like if somebody wants to sell I don't know something that they would consider to be hardcore and they market that towards the hip hop culture and black people, or they sell something and they want it to be geared towards people with kids. And they sell something they want it to be, geared toward, so you have to know your audience to know what type of consumerism you're going to even have to overcome.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. But I would say don't
limit yourself.
Don't allow yourself to be consumed and over analyze consumerism.
Which is why
what's going to happen is you're going to start to try to distribute and compete with people that you can't compete with.
Sometimes.
Right, and you don't want to be seen as an imitation of, because that's going to ultimately, in the long run, stunt your growth, and then you won't be able to grow.
And that's exactly why you can't care what people think. Because if you are operating and you are producing product and you are educating yourself at the optimum level, and that means continuing to learn, if you're into fashion, learning about new fabrics and making sure you're using the top fabrics and you're using the best techniques and the techniques that are trendy. If you're doing everything that you need to do, you're going to flourish. But you can't care about what other people think, and you also can't care about, the product. The first dress you ever made is nowhere near going to be your 10th, not even your 10th dress. Your 10th dress is going to be nothing like your 100th dress. You know what I'm saying?
Vera Wang. You think her first ring that she produced or created is like anything that she's creating now?
Future husband, if you out there, I really, really, really want a Vera Wang ring. I really want one of. Yeah,
and her last name is Wang. That means she got some taste. But anyway,
shut up. Okay, I'm hungry now. I gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta get up out of here. But just to wrap on that question, trust your follow base. Just trust your follow base. If you got 5, I know you want to get 100 sales. 10,000 sales. But if you have 5 dedicated customers that is telling you like this, I like this. You have 5
people
dedicated
to tell
customers
5
that's
people
saying I like this color, or I like this fabric, or I like this, or I like this show, or I like something. Take that and run with it, because what's going to happen is they're going to start to buy in and continue to buy from you. And then it's going to spread because they're going to start to wear it more. And if they got, let's say with fashion, because it's the easier example, if they have 20 different pieces of your clothing, whether it's headbands or shirts or bikinis or whatever the case, and they start to like wear them more and more and more and more and more, people gonna start to ask, yo, where you get that from? Because they're gonna end up starting to swag it out and start to mix it with known fashion lines and name brands and things of that nature, and then that's gonna ultimately over time bring you more sales. So don't even overanalyze consumerism and materialism at the jump. Like, just keep on doing you and taking in the positive and the negative feedbacks to what you're creating, because at the end of the day, the positive and the negative is going to help you grow to a bigger and better follow base, consumer base, fan base, and all that good stuff. And
You
it's
have to
gonna
worry
bring
about
in
being
that
an expert.
coin.
You have to worry about being an expert
Yes,
of what you're doing.
Because people like to test you. So
Mhm.
what do you do? And you gotta be confident and stand
Mm-hmm.
on firm.
But don't
on
give them
what
all
it is
your
that you do.
secrets because they might try to.
No, don't give no. Drop a gem or two, but never 3.
Never 3.
Too many.
3's a crowd.
So yeah, three. They gonna steal your joint. So with that being said, you already know. Bring another set of ears for next week's show. This is Royal Flex the Brand's introspective insight talk show. I am King Dev Dope,
And it is your favorite co-host, Noel Moore, and Shannon.
He's not here.
He loves you, I guess. I think.
Maybe. We out.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Introspect. Tiv inside. Hope you come back next week.
Come back next week.